I'm Doug Massey, and today we're going to get into the benefits of selling final expense insurance, basically why you should at least consider getting into this market. And check this out. In the second half of the video, we're going to show you exactly what top producing final expense agents are doing each year to earn over $200,000 annually remotely from the luxury of their own home. Two things you are going to absolutely want to have to get started are the free telesales new agent super file and the basic final expense telesales presentation script. Now, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to get both of these guys for yourself. And yes, a thumbs up would be appreciated. And if you're new, we do suggest subscribing to our channel. We're putting out new life insurance and final expense sales content and/or training videos every week. First off, final expense sales is actually a recession-proof industry. Now, if you've maybe sold real estate or done mortgages or even sold like home improvements, for example, like what I used to do, you understand that as soon as there is any glimpse of a potential recession, these industries start going south immediately. Now, the final expense market, our clients are living off of a fixed income. So what that means is, in most cases, a majority of these people's money comes directly from Social Security. Now, you tell me, if we have a recession, is Social Security just gonna stop paying these people or like dock their benefits? Do these people have anything at all to worry about? Absolutely not. Guys, their income is, in most cases, the one thing that they can absolutely depend on, and more than anything else. I mean, we're talking in most cases even more than their families. There's no recession or market crash in the world that can affect Social Security, disability, or veterans benefits. No matter what, these folks will absolutely still get paid. Even during a government shutdown, which we've seen in the past. A second reason that I love our industry is that it's actually one of the easiest sales to make. Before final expense, my sales background consisted of years of selling the home remodeling, the home improvement stuff, and then I was eventually introduced to mortgage protection life insurance sales. I did that for a few years, and when that industry turned south, I started looking at final expense. As a professional salesperson, I've always used specific techniques to close more sales and endure the unique objections that comes with each sales industry. With final expense sales, these seniors know that they need the insurance. With the lead programs available, well, at least the ones that we use at my agency, these folks 100% know that they're going to be contacted by a licensed life insurance agent about buying the insurance. Therefore, when we speak with these folks, there is an automatic assumption of the clients knowing that this is something that they're going to do. This makes our industry, in my 30 years of sales experience, the easiest market to sell to. These folks are not educated doctors or professionals who think they know everything, right? I mean, your typical final expense client is not currently working full-time. Therefore, they won't be telling you that, they have the insurance through work or something like that. And in most cases, these people are, well, late to the party, the best way I can say it. And when you present correctly, they're going to often tell you early in the presentation that they know that they need the insurance because they do not want to leave that type of burden of, paying for the funeral to their family. In the words of my very first life insurance sales manager, these are lay down sales. Which brings us to my favorite reason for selling final expense life insurance. We're actually doing something that ends up being really, really good for the client and their family. And at times can be literally the difference of the family respectfully being able to celebrate the life of their loved one, or even financially, the money that can come from this type of insurance will often be a total game changer for them. A lot of our clients and their families are used to having very little to nothing at all. And a check, believe it or not, even for like $25,000 can be huge. Again, total game changer. Understand, guys, this is what life insurance money does, okay? And having sold different types of life insurance, there are more things about final expense life insurance that are unique to all the other types of life insurance sales. First of all, this type of insurance is designed specifically for people who are a little bit older and who potentially have multiple health conditions. These folks would often be turned down by other types of life insurance that they wouldn't even have a chance. And the simplicity of the underwriting is totally different too. When we make a final expense sale, now especially over the phone, remotely, the way that most of my agents do it. In most cases, we will know if the client can be approved at or not by the time the application is completed. Some of the products and insurance carriers, that we sell will even tell us if the client can be approved with first day coverage at like the middle, or even in some cases at the very beginning of the application, of when the agent fills out the application. Basically, you start the application, and by the time you've put in the client's date of birth and social security number, the automatic background check starts happening. And within like a minute or two of the application, of you going further, you'll get a notification that tells you what the client should qualify for before you even have to finish it. When I sold mortgage protection life insurance, we would actually have to wait days, sometimes even weeks, for the client to be approved. And here's the thing, there were times when we would have to send a paramedic nurse to the client's house to throw them on a scale, take their blood pressure, and even draw blood and urine. Total hassle. With Final Expense, leads are easy to obtain. The clients are easy to sell. The life insurance products have the loosest and most lenient underwriting and are literally the easiest to deal with. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. A good insurance agency like ours, United Final Expense Services, and a lot of companies do this, so just to be transparent, will actually have a platform designed for agents who aren't interested in busting their butts only to make like $50,000 or $60,000 per year, but instead a platform specifically designed for agents who expect to earn like no less than $100,000, maybe $150,000, potentially over $200,000 per year. Check this out. Here's how our top agents are absolutely destroying the competition. We're using artificial intelligence to place our ads in front of folks who have either actively searched for life insurance and or burial insurance, or have maybe even spoken about somebody dying or like a loved one's funeral near their smartphone, and had the artificial intelligence actually pick up these keywords, and then the next thing you know, our ad is in front of these folks. It's really cool. Here's exactly what we do and how it works. Our advertising specialist customizes the agent's landing page with that agent's information and even their photograph. So once the target sees the ad and they click on it, they're taken to that specific agent's landing page. Now, what happens is the prospect is prompted to fill out the quote/information request form. And once they do that, the agent's photograph pops up and the client is notified that the agent in the photograph will be reaching out to them when he or she's available. At this point, the prospect is prompted to set an appointment on the agent's calendar for a quicker response, or they can hit the dial button and call the agent direct. Most agents that try to advertise on their own just get crushed by the cost per lead. So in most cases, it doesn't work. There's a lot of moving parts. Or they only get leads and not like call-ins or the scheduled appointments, which the leads tend to be more difficult to get on the phone, right? And the agencies that offer a system like this for their agents, if they're doing what we do, they're running the ads, managing the CRM/dialer system, giving the agent one-on-one training on how to use the whole thing, and now all the agent has to do is concentrate on selling and basically set their weekly ads budget depending on how many people they, based on how many people they want to speak with. I know we do have at least one competitor, and this agency, they basically do pretty much the same thing that we do. The difference is it's more expensive to get the system set up, and they pay lower commissions, basically below 100%. That's not how we work. Our agents are treated as independents, and we start them with first-year commission levels at 100 to 110%, and with production, these levels can and will actually go up. Another thing that a good insurance agency will have is a system where the agents do the contracting, get training, then are able to start selling like pretty fast, usually within 2 to 3 weeks. Here's what we do to make it real easy. First, the agent does the contracting, and as soon as that's completed, what I do is I usually have my ads development specialist reach out to the agent so that he can get things started, basically get the process started of building that agent's landing page, setting up their funnel system, and then running the ads for the agent. He gives each agent one-on-one training that covers how to use the CRM dialer funnel system and does cover the basics of selling final expense insurance. If you've looked into an appointment gathering funnels system like the one that we're using, you'll know that these things cost a lot of money. like thousands, potentially over $10,000. And I've seen them go for even more, believe it or not. We're setting up the entire system for our agents and running it and managing it at a cost that most agents can actually easily afford. And the thing is, that way, the agent's not spending thousands and thousands of dollars only to end up with a funnel system that they can't even get to work correctly. The agent is also given access to our exclusive proprietary sales presentation script and a bunch of other sales materials. And I also like to email each agent at least a couple of recordings that we've put aside so that the agent can hear what other agents are doing. Other agents making their sales presentation so that they can learn from what they're hearing, right? That makes sense. And it's important to understand how those agents are using tonality and influence for their prospects and how and what they're doing when the client gives them an objection. Meanwhile, we give the agent access to like a handful of short training videos that also are going to cover the basics of the sales process, along with ways to master the art of persuasion and influence. In our bi-weekly Zoom trainings, and we usually do these on Monday and Thursday, we use a step-by-step training process that covers like everything a new agent needs to do with each lead that they get, with each appointment that they get, for each presentation that they make, along with what to do with each client that they sell. Like what to do after the sale is done. Every 4 weeks or so, we repeat all the information in the Zoom meetings and basically start the training all over again. And this is pretty cool because it gives new agents like their first view at the training. And for the agents who've already been on the same topic training before, it gets them an opportunity to get a review, really, so that maybe they'll pick something up that they may have missed the first time around, or second time around, or third time around. Now, once the carriers approve the agent sets his or her advertising budget. And we run the ads, and then the leads and the appointments start coming in. When the agent starts making presentations, I always ask, hey, do me a favor, notify me or their personalized trainer to listen to one of your sales presentation recordings. By doing this, we're able to help the agent get better quick. And what I generally do is I'll make a bunch of notes that break down like the pros and the cons of what the agent is saying and doing during their presentation, including their tonality and how they're using their voice fluctuation. So now the agent is getting feedback from someone who has years and years of final expense sales experience. And the feedback is totally designed to help the agent advance immediately and cut through the learning curve as fast as humanly possible, really. And for the clients, we only sell the most competitive products out there. We teach the agents to use around 10 or so of the best final expense telesales carriers in the industry. We've made the art of underwriting as simple as humanly possible by giving each agent access to software that not only gives the price for each carrier, but it also does the underwriting for the agent to help them pick the right carrier. So all the agent has to do is put in the medication that the client is taking and also note the ailments that the client is being treated for or had in the past. And now each agent is able to sell the best product for that client based on not only their health, but actually, believe it or not, their financial situation and the form of payment that they receive. In other words, are they getting their Social Security benefits on one of those refillable debit cards? Because some carriers will take that. Or is it being deposited right into the bank? Oh, and check this out. With our unique system, the agents start with a minimum, I want to say, advertising budget, and then they increase it each week. Now, it's not just a few $100s, it's going to be a little bit more than that, because what we're doing is completely outside the box. And remember, our platform is designed for producers, not your struggling agent. This sends the artificial intelligence and the Google algorithms into like a total frenzy. So we do see a lot more serious prospects than the competition by doing it this way. The whole thing is, as each week goes on, we're increasing the budget, and now the agents are getting more and more leads and more appointments every single day until they're basically speaking with the exact amount of people they want to speak with. So again, we're having the agent increase the budget week by week until they're speaking with that exact amount of people that they need to speak with to make the amount of money that they expect to make. We're talking 20 to over 30 appointments on average per day for each agent. Again, that's 20 to 30 appointments per day, not per month like what the competitors are doing. Once the agent has mastered the art of the final expense sale and would like to learn how to cross-sell Medicare Advantage or maybe even Medicare supplements, we've got a program for that too. The idea is for the agent to sell final expense for at least a couple of years, build up a big book of business, and then get into the Medicare insurance sales. This way, the agent gets paid the big advance monies for the life insurance sales and then the potentially lifetime residual income that comes from Medicare Advantage and or Medicare supplement insurance sales. If you'd like a copy of the Telesales New Agent Super File along with the basic remote sales presentation script that I mentioned back at the beginning of the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For more information on working with me on our top producer remote final expense sales platform, just shoot me an email at that same address. As always, guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, do your thing and make sure that whatever happens, you do something good for someone else today. Happy hunting.